First of all, welcome to my channel! I hope that you can forgive all the farting that is coming out of my mouth right now. I'm not an English speaker, but I think I can at least make myself understandable. I'm still learning though, so don't hesitate to point out my mistakes in the comment section. Oh, before I forget, I want to dedicate this video to two YouTubers whose inspiration managed somehow to get me out of my butt and start working on this beloved project. Jaros and Scott Toast. These guys are awesome and their content is the most fun I have in YouTube period. If you are here, I suppose you know them already, but if not, please do yourself a favor and check them out because I owe them a big one. One of the things I love the most about the Pokemon games are their versatility. You can play them in a lot of ways and have unique experiences each time. Pokemon Challenges is one of them, especially designed around the right idea of the main series being absurdly easy. I mean, if my 6-year-old self could decimate the Elite Four in Pokemon Yellow using just a whipping bell, for sure there has to be something wrong. I've seen many takes of this concept over the years, and no matter how this is presented, I'm hooked. Like I said before, this content is highly entertaining and makes you think about the game in different ways thanks to the limitations it proposes. While watching these creators torturing themselves in the most unthinkable ways, an idea was always crossing my mind. Even if they are greatly handicapping themselves, there's always a way of solving all their challenges. Leveling up. I think that makes sense, right? Like that's the whole point of Pokemon really. However, that also means that there is no ultimate roadblock to cross. We already know that it's possible to beat the game using any Pokemon. So what's the point in doing it anyway? Around that time, Jaros put his minimum battle challenges in Pokemon Red and Blue, and then I knew it. That's what I wanted all along. However, as time went on, I saw he barely touched on that concept due to the nature of his runs. If consistency in battles is key, then minimum battles becomes practically impossible for most of the roster. But then an idea clicked in me. What about not pursuing consistency, but just possibility? What if instead of using time as a measure between Pokemon's performance, minimum try is the key component? And that's how this run idea came into my mind. The set of rules I'm gonna be using in this project are: I can only use my starter Pokemon in battle. It will magically transform into a different Pokemon each time. How is that possible? I don't know, asked Professor Oak. No items in battle. I set the Pokeball in Pokemon Tower to skip some trainers along the way. I will use my Pokemon only in the mandatory battles during the game. Any optional battle, including wild battles, will be skipped. That makes the total number of battles in this game 67, I think? Yeah, that doesn't sound promising at all. Well, I think that's challenging enough, right? Maybe a little too much. But don't worry, as this is all about possibility, the main question we are gonna ask is: could this Pokemon, in the best circumstances and with all the luck on his side, beat this trainer at his current level? That's where the rest candies come into play. Hey, one momento please, don't show all of me at once. Don't go away just yet. It's not as easy as it sounds. First off, the Pokemon has to lose 10 consecutive battles with that trainer fighting normally. If that happens, I'll record a perfect try, or so it's called, consisting of a battle where each turn is a miss or a stat lowering effect for my opponent and a critical hit for our Pokemon. If that's not enough, then I'll give it a rare candy and repeat the process until I'll be able to progress. These parameters, normal tries, perfect tries, and rare candies, will be the ones I'll take into consideration when reviewing the Pokemon's performance at the end of the run. These are the rules that I came out with, but if you have any suggestion on how to make these runs even more difficult, just let me know in the comment section. Okay, with that out of the way, we can properly start the video now. Let's kick in! Ouch! I chose to start this journey with Poliwag, the tadpole Pokemon. This tiny little creature is the pre-evolution of Poliwag, my favorite Pokemon of all time, so I thought it would be fitting to use him as my first try. Let's see what we have to work with. Okay, I'm already liking what I'm seeing. Poliwag has a lot of things going for it. Even if most of his stats are garbage, his speed is incredible. This means that we are normally going to attack first, and with a good enough critical hit rate. In a format like this, where I'm gonna be using only one Pokemon, having those opportunities is crucial. However, the most impressive thing about this cute baby is his moveset. Just look at it! We start with a fairly weak but stab move Bubble, which is all I anticipate will need to be Brock. That will give us enough time to get to level 16 where the real fun starts. I know Gnosis accuracy is not the greatest, but in a challenge like mine, that's not a problem at all. Also, sleeping moves in this generation are absolutely broken, dudes, as Pokemon cannot attack the same turn they wake up. This combined with our high speed will create a lot of opportunities for us. I'm a little worried about the central part of the game, from Brock until we get to Celadon City. I think the levels 25 to 43 are gonna be the most difficult, as Poliwag's Water Gun and Hypnosis might not be able to be enough. However, I cannot wait to get to level 38 and let Amnesia, a move that is broken in 2 different ways in this generation, and man, I love it. This tiny friend has a lot of coverage in the TM department. I think we are gonna struggle against grass types in the early game, but we get access to great moves like Ice Beam, Psychic or Mimic that could help us a lot overall. So the question I think right now is, will Poliwag be able to survive until that moment without losing too much points in the score? What do you think? Leave your opinion in the comment section and don't cheat, that's not fun. I think it's time to find out this adorable Task Force's true strengths. Are you ready? Let's dive in! Our first match really shows the pros and cons of this little boy. I'm always going to give our rival the best possible starter, and that means bad news for Poliwag. Our only move at this point is Bubble, so we heavily relied on good luck to get the victory. I know I could lose this battle and carry on, but I promise you guys, every little experience we could get is essential. For us to win, we need to see 2 things. A lot of growls, as they don't affect our special attack, and alters that we don't receive any damage, and critical things thanks to our Poliwag speed. Bulbasaur will use randomly 2 moves, Tackle and Growl, so we have a 50% chance of not receiving damage each turn. It's impossible for us to keep us with his Tackle's damage, however, as you can see in this first loss versus him. There's not really much strategy here, so I just keep repeating this combat praying for Lord Healers to give us good luck. And that's what happens in our 4th match. First of all, I check it out and Bubble has a 33.2% on lowering the target speed. So the amount of times this happened during this battle is amazing but inconsequential. Look at how many growls Bulbasaur has to do for us to have any chance. Things get pretty shaky in the middle of the fight when Bulbasaur remembered that he has to attack us to win. I really thought this one was a reset as I saw how Bulbasaur started to catch up on us each turn. At the end, Poliwag is a 1 hit of losing and he needed 2 turns to pull it off. He did the first attack and Bulbasaur used Growl. That's all we needed, and with the next bubble we managed to finish him and get to our first victory. After defeating the Botcatcher in Viridian Forest, which wasn't an issue at all, we went straight into Peter City to challenge our first leader, Brock. Our star's super effective move combined with his Pokemon Love Special made this a total cakewalk, as I anticipated. Only 5 bubbles were needed and oh my god, what a level jump! Let's enjoy those sweet experience points while we can. After that we continued through Route 3 on our way to Mount Moon. There are 4 mandatory trainers here, which I consider just as some experience points for our second roadblock, the next fight with our rival in Cerulean City. But oh boy, was I wrong. And that's what I love about these challenges, there's always surprises to be had. But yeah, this one sucked big time. There's a trainer here, the second one, that used a combo of 2 the most dangerous Pokemon you could face. Name them quick! Oh, I think you're wrong, because they are Rattata and Ekans. Like, just look at this first try. First off, the Rattata does a lot of quick attacks and resists 2 hits, so Poliwag can be heavily damaged while facing Ekans. This one can finish us off easily with one of the cruelest moves in the game, Wrap. I know some attack is back, but this one is just unfair. Fight me, Scott! At the end of that fight, Ekans has had his health, so I knew that with a little bit of luck I could get past this fight. I tried again and lost. And again. And again. 6 times, dude. I lost 6 times versus this random trainer. Don't you think that the fact of a forgettable trainer like this one beating the crap out of me a lot better than a gym leader is just beautiful? But as I said, in the 7th round the magic happened. In this one we received 2 attacks from Rattata before we suffocated with a wonderful critical hit. I liked our chances here, so we had a lot of HP left for Ekans, but all dependent on which moves he uses. 1 Poison Sting, 2 Poison Stings, and a Leer combined with a critical hit bubble gave us the victory. Thank goodness he didn't use Wrap that time or we would have been screwed for sure. After that stressful battle, I think the game felt pity for us and gave us a little break. Some uneventful battles later we managed to get into Mount Moon. The main thing here before facing the two mandatory trainers is to get Water Gun, just on the left of the entrance, and a rare candy. I decided not to teach it right away to Poliwag, and now I think it was a mistake, as I thought I could have enough power with Bubble until the Cerulean City Gym, but that was not the case. There was no need for me to keep it anyway, so this decision didn't make any sense, but oh well, live to learn I guess. Like, for that decision I lost and made my life miserable versus the Super Nerd, nearly costing me a try. It went fine at first, but as we still have one more, Grimace disabled makes us only use a struggle. Look at how much damage we have received after just one Pokemon. Luckily, with the experience for the Grimer, our Poly levels up and finally learns Hypnosis. Just in time! Next one is Voltorb. We were lucky here as we get to sleeping in our first turn. I just noticed it while scripting that we should have used Bubble despite the message of us recovering the move after Disable never displayed. Is that because we learned another move and that cancels it? As you can see, the grind is very slow, as Voltorb's special is quite decent and our Bubble doesn't have enough damage. Just to balance our good luck, Poly missed 3 Hypnosis in a row and Voltorb starts attacking us. Things get scary as Poliwag just hung out with 9 HP left. But we finally put them to sleep once again and finished taking it out. His last Pokemon is Coughing, which clearly didn't want to go to bed early that day. Our 4th Hypnosis misses, and Coughing tackles us to 4 HP. We really need this next Hypnosis to hit. Poliwag does it and we miss. It all depends on the Coughing now. I panicked when I saw he used Smog, but incredibly it misses. This is our chance. We somehow managed to not screw it up in our next Hypnosis, and from that point onward we never missed again, making us able to defeat this guy but the skin of our teeth. My god, I thought this run was gonna be easier, but here I am struggling not to faint in every single battle. I am rewarded after that traumatic incident with the possibility of taking care of Lord Helix himself, bless his shell, and finally move on to Cerulean City. The first thing I'm gonna do here is catching a Sparrow, which will come in handy in a little while, and take the hidden rare candy behind the Metal Man's house. Who knows if I'm gonna need it after all. From the 2 fights I had at my disposal at this point, I chose to try my luck against the rival, as my attacks would do at least neutral damage to him. After learning my lesson and teaching Poliwag Water Gun, I am ready. Let's do this! I anticipated this fight to be really tricky. First, he leads up with Pidgeotto, this fat bird that can cause extreme misery thanks to his combination of Stack Quick Attack and Sun Attack, two scary moves that can easily end the battle if we don't hit our Nopsis. Poliwag takes 1/4 of his HP from a single attack and Hypnosis hits. Water Gun doesn't do a whole lot, but we only need time at this point. Pidgeotto wakes up, but only to his demise, as it's already too late and we take it down before he can do anything else. Next one is Abra. I'm gonna use Bubble against him to preserve my power points for the upcoming Pokemon, as he cannot do anything, at least for now. We missed our first 2 Hypnosis against the Rattata, taking a lot of unnecessary damage before it goes down. I think this was a mistake. I should have used Hypnosis instead when I was taking care of the opposing Pokemon in 2 hits. My heart is concerningly low at this point, entering the crucial moment of the battle, Bulbasaur. This thing knows Vine Whip, and we still only have 2 water moves, so we cannot risk any attack from this thing. Lord Helix finally took pity on us here and gave us one of the clutchest moments of the round, as we hit 3 consecutive Hypnosis while scoring some critical hits that barely get us the win on our first try. I think we weren't gonna make it, seriously. After healing up and taking a deep breath, we are finally prepared to continue our journey through routes 24 and 25. There are plenty of mandatory trainers here and most of them aren't particularly hard, so we managed to get a lot of valuable experience points that prepare ourselves against Misty. I was a little worried about this last fight against the last with the 2 Odysseys, but as you can see, Hypnosis worked for us and we managed to get it past in our first try as well. My level is considerably high at this point, so I really like my chances versus Misty now. We receive a ticket from the SSN from helping the weirdest cosplayer of all time, and I head up directly to the gym. I could skip it, but I think that we can put it off first try. I need to take care of this junior trainer first. It's not really as hard as she only has 1 Pokemon and we have Hypnosis to help us out, so it goes down in a couple of hits despite not being really effective. After healing up again, we finally challenge the second gym leader Misty. Let's show her who is the real expert in water Pokemon here. We have the clear advantage here versus her first Staryu. His attack is not really high, and despite being sure that his water attacks would do more damage, as she recognized that those moves wouldn't be very effective, she's stuck with using Tackle against me. I only need to put him to sleep and start wiggling down until he's finished. As you can see, we managed to get into her ace Pokemon Starmie with a considerable amount of HP. He can hit us a little bit harder with his tackles, but we have more than enough room to get our synopsis to work and continue his long, tedious process. I can't wait to have at least a normal bull to hit this kind of Pokemon with. Another thing I noticed in here while scripting is that we are speed type with Starmie, and despite that, I always move first when it matters. Thanks again, Norhelix! After which took like 5 years of my life, we are finally able to move on and receive a pretty cool present, the TM for Bubble Beam, which will increase our stab moves even more. And trust me, we are gonna need this 5 power really soon. After an uneventful battle versus the Rocket Ground behind the Dig House in Cerulean, we progressed through the underground path and Route 6 to Vermilion City. The three trainers on the way there weren't really challenging, but gave me a couple of levels that would come in handy. I take my time to sell those items too, and finally use the Spearow I was hanging on. There's a little girl in this town that will change his Farfetch for it, and that is awesome, because it can both learn cut and fly, which we need. There's nothing really going on in the SSM besides fighting our rival, as most of the items here are covered by trainers we cannot face, including the TF of Body Slam, damn it! So let's get straight into the deal here. I anticipated this fight to be a lot harder than it was at the end, thanks to our Pokemon being at a higher level and having a more powerful move on our side. You can see the difference here when Bubble Beam 2-hit KO his first Pidgeotto. His Raticate barely does any damage thanks to our huge level gap before being splashed to death as well. Next one is Kadabra. I don't risk it here and try to put him to sleep, but I failed and Confusion does decent damage. After a couple of tries where Kadabra was really static, he wanted us to read him a story before bed, we managed to put him to sleep for good and use our brand new move, Double Slap, which at least will go good against his pitiful defense stat, and a Bubble Beam to finish him. His last Pokemon, Ivysaur, is the real deal here. I really need this synopsis to work before this thing... Oh crap, I see it now. And my synopsis keeps failing, damn it, as long as I get to... Oh, never mind, one Vine Whip is enough. So yeah, the strategy here is clear but not promising. Every time can go right until Ivysaur, and that wouldn't even matter. I need to put that thing to sleep or I'm pretty screwed. That's because he has 2 grass moves, Ditch Seed and Vine Whip. As I am a water type, he's gonna use them no matter what, so every time he attacks me, I have a 50% chance of being one-hit KO. I however think I can pull this off with a little bit of luck on my side, so I tried it one more time to see how it goes. As you can see in the background, the rest of his Pokemon are fairly trivial, not even getting me into orange health before facing the big boss once again. This time I managed to get him to sleep on my second attack. Being seeded is bad as I'm on a timer and with no powerful moves, but it's good enough. From that point on, the game plays kindly with us and made that thing to never wake up again with our Poliwag, while our Poliwag beats the crap out of him. And we did it! That wasn't so hard, just a little nerve-wracking. The next big match we have upon us is Vermilion City Gym Leader, Nintendo Search, after taking the HM4 cut and provide myself with enough trash and nightmares for a lifetime. And talking about nightmares, this one is perhaps the scariest battle until this point due to our tapping disadvantage and the fact that I didn't know if we are gonna be fast enough to pull his Raichu to sleep before he can thunderbolt us to death. Let's see how it goes. His first one is a Voltor, which doesn't have any electric moves and doesn't concern me at all. I take care of it in a couple of hits. After that, Pikachu goes up. He can do very big damage to our Poly, but we are faster, so we can pull him to sleep as well and take advantage of his fragility. Here's the moment of truth. Are we faster than he says? Oh my god, the nerves are killing me and we fail our noses. It's okay, let's try this again. Oh okay, we are not faster. And Thundersure to hit KO us. We need to hit him. Oh, we failed again. Well, I think that's the end. Yeah. I tried another time just to prove my luck, but looking at this battle and despite knowing I could pull it off, I think it was the right decision to step back and continue progressing with the story and come back later. I will come back and take my revenge search, just remember! Route 9 and Rock Tunnel gave us a couple more trainers to face for more experience points, but no problems whatsoever. We got to Lavender Town and continued through Route 8 to finally arrive in Celadon City, our next big destination. Here we can grab a useful TM for Poliwag, Ice Beam, which will finish with our problem versus grass type Pokemon, as well as a Pokédoll that we are gonna use shortly after. For now I'm gonna try my new move against the 4th Gym Leader, Erika. I think this battle can be quite scary, but our damage output is high enough to make her Pokemon go down easily. She starts up with Whipping Bell, whose Razor Leaf can literally finish Poliwag in just one move, as you have seen. Now that I'm watching this again, I really should have gone to Pokemon Tower instead and take out that portion of the game. I think the mandatory battles there wouldn't have given me enough levels to show one-shot Erika's Pokemon, but instead of that I remained stubborn and tried again until I got her Pokemon to sleep, which was a 50% chance by the way. That happened in the 4th match, this one. Even when I achieved that, my Ice Beam damage is not as high as I would want it to. Even with a critical hit, Victreebel doesn't go down in a single hit. But at least he remained sleeping and I am able to take it out next turn. Next is Tangela, and it's not as scary as Victreebel mainly because of his moveset. I failed my Gnosis first turn and he managed to attack me with Bind, and even if it was a long one, I had a lot of HP left when I managed to put him to sleep. 2 Ice Beams were also enough to take him out. I likely level out here and learn Body Slam, which is gonna be really useful versus any water types that we face later. Last is Vileplume, and it's also not a joke. He has both Mega Drain and Petal Dance, moves that can do a lot of damage to Poliwag, especially the last one, and even recover most of his HP back. Luckily I managed to put him to sleep in first turn, and in 3 moves it goes down. I'm telling you guys, it all depends on our ability to sleep our opponents. Oh well, that was unnecessarily tough, so at this point I was like, okay, we have to do Pokemon Tower now and face the rival. I put the battle in the background as it's not really much to talk about here. The level gap between us is too high at this point. I know for a fact that most people don't have any issues with this one. Even his Ace's stab super effective move is like a 3-shot, so we are totally fine. There's a lot of mandatory trainers here that will give us more experience, but the Marowak fight is likely skippable thanks to the use of Pokédoll. That's because this encounter is programmed just as any other wild battle, even though it doesn't let you escape from the main menu. Using this object enabled us to also skip the Rocker Hideout, which would have given me 5 or 6 more trainers to work with. This will make the run even harder, so I think that's more fun. What do you think, however? Let me know in the comment section. After beating us on Rockens, I can finally get to hold this old man's flute and put it on my mouth so I can wake up this fatty boy over here. Okay, that could be easily mistaken, sorry about that. I also went up this route to take the HM for Fly. I tried to use it to fly to Vermilion and finally face Nintendo Search as I had planned, but yeah, you guessed it. I cannot fly unless I beat him. Oopsie! Anyway, I used once again my magical powers of the Chosen One to spawn a bike even if I didn't have one and proceed through Cycling Road instead. I don't know what I was thinking honestly, as every major battle I could face, Koga or our next rival battle, were going to be too difficult for me to handle. I needed every experience points I could get, so I should have gone through Vermilion first and take care of that. I guess there are things that we never learn. Instead of that, I arrived at Fuchsia and decided to go to the Safari Zone first. Here I could find, among other interesting items, the Guard's Gold Teeth that would give us strength, and the HM for Surf, an incredible boost for our staff move that's going to remain in our moveset for the remainder of our run. Since I was here, I decided to pass by Fuchsia Gym and at least take care of the rest of the mandatory trainers here before going back. Contrary to popular belief, none of them gave me real problems, thanks to Poliwag's fairly decent attack, stat, and the use of Body Slam in these more special focused creatures. The second juggler almost made me fine, but that was only because I'm a stupid lad who cannot kill his Pokemon before battling versus an Hypno. Despite my apparent lack of skill at this game, I can beat this guy nonetheless. Shame on them. And yeah, you are seeing me face Koga. Didn't I just tell you that I am a Damas? I think I was so immersed in the game that I clearly forgot about this again. So here we go, I guess. This fight is definitely worse on yellow, but it's not an easy on this version either, as he continues having a stupid little trolley jerk post pointing at his head. Notice that I'm already under level at this point and I still don't have access to amnesia, so this is going to be real hard. Luckily for me, I'm fast enough to put his first coffin to sleep and finish it with 2 serves. That was easy enough. Now the big boy Mark comes out and oh boy, yeah, this is bad. But again, oh my goodness, I am able to put him to sleep first turn and start hitting him. Did you saw that pitiful damage with my stab serve? Yeah, take some popcorn because this is going to take a while. Koga used an X attack too, so any stab slash this thing throws towards me is gonna hurt big time. Oh crap, I missed and oh no, sludge! Okay, that was fun. So with my tail behind my back, I finally decided, oh yes, I should go back to Vermilion. Well, here we are, thanks to the power of magic editing. At this point, there's not really much to say about this battle. I'm clearly over leveled and every Pokemon dies in one at... Oh my god, that Raichu, hang on! But oh well, if my Poliwag could leave a critical Thunder Shock, I suppose it could also do that versus a Thunderbolt, so we are fine. Another batch in our wet and a sweet revenge in our hearts. Let's go, team! Since I had such a bad time with Koga, I decided that fight wasn't gonna go for me. So since I was close, I tried my luck on the alternate path, Sylph SA. There's only one mandatory rocket here, but oh well, that's better than nothing, right? As I told you, every experience point really counts. I also took the opportunity to grab the keycard along with some vitamins and TMs that were scattered around and unguarded. And since I was here, I decided to give the rival battle a go and see if it could work. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. See, his first Pokemon is now a Pidgeot at a higher level than my Poliwag. Even if he doesn't do too much damage, in this fight I missed 3 consecutive Hypnosis and my Poliwag's crappy defenses really start to show up at this part of the run. After a series of quick attacks, my Pokemon was defeated. So yeah, that was really not going to happen. At this point, I was in desperation mode. Every battle around me seemed really difficult and I was 2 levels short of learning Amnesia. What was the best choice at this point to guarantee the least amount of tries? What I should have done is fly to Pallet Town and go to Cinnabar Island to take out Blaine. His fire Pokemon would be scary for sure, but at least I would have a stab super effective move to fight them. Instead, as the silly, stab-born pierce of human being that I am, I decided that Koga was at least doable in some capacity. So I flew back there and tried some more. Yeah, here's the footage. Like, the first fight doesn't seem so bad. We get to pull him to sleep and dispatch both his coffins and his mug for the first time. The experience points we earned in Sylph help us gain a level here, so that's nice. After that, there's another coffin, and yeah, we fail our sleeping move and he goes for small screen, exactly the worst move he could have used, and now our Hypnosis are very likely to miss. I went for it anyway and oh god, I did it! Let's finish this paper gold ball of gas quickly. After that, his whizzing came out and yeah, this is pretty scary. I missed my first Hypnosis and he critical hit his smoke, taking half of my health and poisoning me. I tried again, I missed again, and then he uses Slug and finished me off. So the rest of the battles were like this. The main problems here are the combination of Coffee's ability to lower my accuracy with some bullshit moves like Move Minimize and the high attack stack of his whizzing that can also explode by the way, which doesn't count as a victory for me. But oh boy was I stubborn. However, in my 4th fight against him, I finally made the luck go to my side once again. I took out his first coffin with 3 hits after putting him to sleep. Then I failed the big 1 versus Mook and he tried to mess up me with his Minimize. After that, I failed another Hypnosis and he slugged me to half my health. Yeah, this is promising. However, I somehow managed to put him to sleep next turn and after a lot of misses, I was finally able to take him out. The next coffin also didn't want to go to sleep and hit me with a tackle. Here I switched to Body Slam because I started to feel worried about my sulfate PP going on to the whizzing fight. It was okay as coffin finally goes down. The last one is whizzing and yeah! We landed where it mattered! My surfs looked like they were going to be a 5 hit, but once again I had black on my side and I didn't fail any attack, while the whizzing remained sleeping just enough time for me to take it out. That's our 5th patch, baby, not bad at all! I've just gained a level at this point, so it was worthless for me to try the rival battle once again. Instead of that, I finally remembered that Blaine's badge could pump up a special stat as well as maybe give me an odd level to finally have access to Amnesia, so I surfed from Pallet Town. On my way there I experienced this strange glitch where the wild encounters in the water will be the same Pokemon that you can find on the patch of grass next to it. I didn't know that this could happen, how about you? I finally arrived at Cinnabar Island, and after traversing the mansion to get the gym's key along with some rare candies, I was ready to face Blaine. Was this a good idea after all? Let's find out. Here starts out with Growlithe, which doesn't have any move that can hit us really hard. You are also seeing the wonderful Blaine AI in this generation that makes him use a super potion even at full HP. I was being extra careful here, trying to put him to sleep, but I should have just gone with Surf instead. At this point we level up and finally learn Amnesia, a move that is going to make the rest of this fight absolutely trivial. As you see me pummel through all his team after setting up in Ponyta, I'll explain why this move is so overpowered in this generation. There's a glitch called the Bass Boost glitch. Some gym leaders' badges grant us a bonus of 12.5% to some statistics at the beginning of the fight. However, each time one of our Pokemon's star gets modified, this bonus is wrongly applied again to our Pokemon. In this case, I'm using Amnesia, a move that gives Poliwag +2 to our special. However, I'm also gaining, for example, +1 attack from Brock's Gym Badge on top of it every time I use it. The only problem this exploit has is that all the artificial stat modifiers are gone each time we level up in the middle of a fight, just remaining the stat changes made by our moves. Thanks to our first try victory against Blaine, now we have the badge that increase our special at the beginning of the battle. I think that with our Amnesia in our disposal, it's finally time to take revenge upon our rival. This battle is the perfect example of how a simple move can change everything, as we are only a couple of levels higher. He leads with Pidgeot, our worst enemy in our last encounter. Despite missing 2 Hypnosis, I'm not really mad about this outcome, as Pidgeot also fails an attack, which could have been disastrous. Once it is sleeping, I can easily set up twice. I think I was scared of Pidgeot waking up and lowering my HP with quick attack, which is fair. And as you can see, twice is more than enough for now. Gyarados is the main problem in his team now, as our best move against him is Ice Beam, which is neutral. I thought it wasn't gonna one-hit KO him anyway, and that's why I went for Surf. But I should have risked it and done Ice Beam anyway. Despite my mistake, Gyarados went down in a couple of turns with no issue. Here I level up again, and here I should have used my last Amnesia, but instead I opted to just ditch out the Growlithe, which doesn't make any sense. Alakazam comes out, and after putting it to sleep, we realize that without that last Amnesia we are in a range with Surf to kill him. I'm lucky that it didn't matter in the end. His final Pokemon is Venusaur, and here I should have just hit him with Ice Beam. My special is high enough to tank his Bindweed, as you can... oh, never mind, a critical hit. So yeah, I lost this try because of misplays for my part, but I was more than certain that we can pull it off next time, so I kept at it. This battle is practically the same as the last one, but I opted to not use my Initias yet and try my luck against Gyarados so I could set up in Growlithe and kill Venusaur in one hit, as I thought that was the only option I should be scared of. But yeah, after putting him to sleep and use Ice Beam, the difference in power is quite overwhelming. After missing 2 Hypnosis and take 2 bites, my Police HP was dangerously low, so I decided, screw this, I'm gonna set up at least one so I can take the Gyarados for certain before he wakes up. And that's what I did. 3 Ice Beams were enough to make him bite the dust for once, and not myself. Now the only thing I needed versus the Growlithe was not to miss Hypnosis on the first turn. I got it, so I finally was able to set up and take out the rest of this team. This was a way closer battle than I thought it would be, but that's because we are leveling in the middle of the battle and his Pokemon positioning is not the best. And also because I'm dumb, but that doesn't matter as I tear apart the rest of his team. And that's the power of Amnesia, my friends, even when misused. I'm rewarded with a beautiful Lapras for my victory, which is going to be my strength user and also Surf user in upcoming runs. And after beating the crap out of a random Rocket Grant that helped me get a level just at the end of the fight, I was more than ready to face one of the most disappointing aspects of this generation, the leader of the Rockets, Giovanni. I remember the first time I saw this dude in my Pokemon Yellow playthrough as a kid. That sprite looked really imposing, and the words he said made me believe that I was gonna suffer big time. But once you are at it, his Pokemon are not only pretty weak, but also have very bad move pools, so there's nothing he can really do to gain an advantage. This is even worse when most of us use our starters for these runs, all specially oriented, which are a total headache for this mafia wannabe caricature. I used a whipping bell, as I told you, and even that giant bell was more than equipped to beat him without issues, so yeah, that's the battle. Did you like it? Let's go to a real one, please. Sabrina is a whole other story. Even with my amnesia trick, I thought this was gonna be hard, as her Pokemon are also special hitters with high speed. And that's the key part. If I couldn't one-hit KO them, I was risking a critical hit that could bypass all my stat changes, because yeah, that also happens in this generation. So, how did it go in the end? Let's find out. She leads up with Kadabra, which was scary as I didn't know if I was faster than him. I am, but I missed my hypnosis and he used Disable in Ice Beam. Whoops! That went pretty close. I put him to sleep next turn and I took this chance to max out my special while making him go to sleep each time. These Kadabras men have such a light sleep. After all the dirty work is done, I'm able to one-shot him with Surf. That's very good news. Mr. Mime also goes down in a single Surf, as well as his Venomoth with Ice Beam. All that was left was her ace, Alakazam. Can I one-shot this with a Surf like the other ones? Yes I can, and with that I've been able to defeat Sabrina on my first try. Oh hey, the mighty tadpole! Now we are gonna fight Giovanni again, who didn't worry me in the least. There's a couple of mandatory battles before him, but there's a consequential as the leaders. We have the type advantage here, and also a move that can shatter the wall if we needed to, so nothing can go wrong, right? I played this one really badly, and despite that, it wasn't an issue. Like other Pokemon, R1 hits for sure. Why after leveling up I was so stubborn to set up against a Pokemon with such a critical hit rate? I don't really know. But well, I got to do one amnesia without getting killed, so congratulations, pass me. And yeah, the rest of his teams are all one-shot with Surf, so nothing special here. I always wonder how Giovanni was never caught being the leader of the most powerful, well not really, criminal organization in the Pokemon world. Do you have any theories? Put them in the comment section, I will do to read them. So all these battles were nice and fancy, and we are really powerful, but the real deal starts now, guys. This Laxis battle ramped up the difficulty so high compared to the rest that is nonsensical. So don't let this video ready because as cocky as I've sounded during this battle, it was just all a warming up to this. The 6 match versus our rival is maybe the easiest one, but don't be mistaken, it can screw you pretty badly. That's why I decided to make some time in Celadon to buy enough vitamins to max out my speed and give a little more to my special, as I think that we all agree that being first is key to win with this Pokemon. That's all the preparation I could do before the fight, so let's give it a go! His first Pokemon is Pidgeot, as always. Luckily for me, he has finally ditched Sun Attack, but the damage output of this bird is nothing to sneeze at, mostly because I'm again under level for this fight and I need to set up on him. After missing my first hypnosis and eating a weak attack, I'm finally able to put him to sleep and start my meditation process. I just used 2, but just in case I level up in the middle of the fight, and take out Pidgeot with an Ice Beam. Next one is Raihan, a simple one hit. Then is Gyarados, and this is the moment of truth. Can I one-shot it with Ice Beam? I don't know, because I scored a critical hit that ignored my boost. He went for Dragon Rage, giving me another chance. At this range, it doesn't, so it shouldn't be a 2-hit KO. Much less than I anticipated. If I knew this, I would have put him to sleep, but what can you do? And he does Dragon Rage again, taking Poliwag down to only 14 hit points. I'm gonna use his next Pokemon Growlithe as a way to set my last amnesia and make sure that Venusaur goes down in a single hit. I cannot take any more risk. Well, Hypnosis is a risk, as it fails, but I'm safe as he used Leer. That whole sequence happened again, and then again, and at this point I was really sweating and getting all paranoid about the situation. I missed again, dear God, and he went for agility. Like, it's somewhat funny to see how far the stupidity of this AI can go, but I want to finish this fight, please. After another failing Gnosis, I was like, okay, you got me, just like, we're gonna do it like this. Alakazam comes out and I already regretting my decision. I tried to put him to sleep and I failed. Again. But he used Reflect, an useless move. Again! What happened? And that happened twice. What is happening here? This doesn't make any sense. Just finish with my pen and stop messing with me, you little bastard. Oh, thank you. Okay, so that happened. Just knowing that I have to repeat all that fight again gives me the creeps, but yeah, that's what we signed for here. So don't waste anybody's time and let's go at it. At least losing this first time gave me an idea how I'm gonna level up. I think I'm gonna take advantage of. Besides that, I just need a little bit of luck with my hypnosis. Is that even possible, game? Pigeon and Rhyhorn are easy enough, so I can save my Initias for later. Gyarados is the only scary part of this equation, but I put him to sleep first turn. After that, I use one Amnesia just to have enough power to finish him in 3 hits. Okay, 4 thanks, critical hit, and I took him out. At least he didn't wake up. Now it's Growlithe time, and I again put him to sleep first turn. That's what you want to see! I had enough time to set up my 2 Amnesias and finish him as well. I'm facing the Alakazam with full HP, so I was really liking my chances here. I knew my Surf was going to be a 2-hit KO, but I decided to risk his critical hit versus my Sleep Block. He went for Psybeam, doing very little damage. Here it comes, the mighty Venusaur. But this time is different. My special isn't lowered, I hadn't tried to attack him before, and this thing knows Razor Leaf, that can for sure knock me out in 1 hit. But who cares? Let's hit him and see what happens. It's enough! Venusaur goes down! Okay, I lost a couple of times against this dude, but I finally got it. That felt so good, man. Let's hope that this was the worst we faced, but sometimes tell me that isn't going to be the case. After moving from Victory Road and take another rare candy, I finally arrived at the Indigo Plateau, the final test for our little tadpole. I just felt in my skin the difficulty spike of this last section with last rival battle, but I managed to escape alive without using any rare candies. Can I continue that streak and finish the game like that? After buying some items I'm gonna need and make sure I have my elixirs ready, it's time to finally find out. These are my Poliwag level and moveset entering the league. Do you think it's gonna be enough? Let's do this! The first one is Lorelei, the Ice Maiden of this region. I'm a little concerned about her team. Even if she doesn't have any good moves against me, the same applies for us, and we are limited PP to work with. Her first Yugon is put to sleep first turn, giving me the chance for setting up. Did you see that level gap, by the way? And it's just going to get worse from here. After 3 Amnesias, looks like my Surf is just short of a 2-hit KO. Luckily, Yugon remained asleep enough time so I can take it out. Next is Closer, and my Sleep Lab is on point in this battle. I made a mistake and used Ice Beam on the second turn, thinking that was going to be enough. Thankfully, I triggered a Super Potion for her, being able to defeat him next turn. Slowbro is a special tank beast, so I'm gonna take this slowly. My Sleeping Mood hits again, and now I just need to hit him enough. I'm gonna get short of a 2-hit KO, activating another Super Potion, but that's fine. I think I'm gonna make it with this Power Poison in the end, as I'm doing more damage than I thought. Her next one, Jinx, is only Ice type, so I was pretty sure I could knock him out in a single hit, but I was just short. His double slap didn't do too much damage though, so it's okay. And now on to her ace, Lapras. To make matters worse, I level up here, which is going to make this more difficult. After putting him to sleep first turn again, my Surf looks like it's going to be a 4-hit. Can I do it before he wakes up? Yes, I do! And with only 2 Surf left to spare, I've been able to defeat Lorelei on my first try. Okay guys, I know this battle looked easy, but don't be fooled, because now we are gonna face the real challenge of this run. Believing that this next guy, Bruno, is actually an Elite 4 member. Like, look at his team, his moveset, his muscles! I'm not gonna even bother commenting the fight because it's a pretty straightforward series of 1-hits after boosting. Instead, I want to take this chance to thank you all for getting this far into the video. I really appreciate your support, but seriously, if you have any clue why this dude is here, I really want to read it out in the comment. Why do they cut Lorelei instead of him in the Johto League? Like seriously, give me a break. Well, it's time to finally recover my PP and challenge a true member of this place. If we thought Koga was pretty unfair and trolly, oh boy, Agatha takes it to the next level. I'm pretty sure that her being his master must be canon. But yeah, I'm pretty scared of her Pokemon. They are fast and also their ghosts are pretty tanky in the special department and can dish out a lot of damage with their fixed move while also putting me to sleep. I need to have a little bit good luck, so please! I failed my first Hypnosis versus her Gengar and he confuses me. What a bad start. Like this Gengar is really a pain. My Poliwag pulled through however and managed to put him to sleep. That's my boy. Agatha for once in her lifetime does a smart switch to her Golbat and now I can set up. I need to go for his Hypnosis again. My confusion ends but I failed the move. Fair enough. Goldbat used Supersonic and confuses me again. Oh, this is going to be a frustrating battle, isn't it? However, I have a lot of luck here, as I got up to Confusion next turn and I hit it with my Gnosis. It's time to set up. Only 2, just in case I level up in the middle of the fight again. And this will be enough to 2-hit all her team. Goldbat goes down with an Ice Beam and her Gengar with 2 moves. But I sadly level up here. What a waste. I need to put his counter to sleep them. I fail and he hits me with Nightshade, putting my Poliwag in KO range. But my luck carries me once more and I put him to sleep after still struggling. Another good switch into Arbok, this time preventing me from setting up once again. These are lady hands-on strats. I fail once more and her Screech is just a benefit, as it also triggers my boots and I'm one hit for death anyway. I was finally able to set up my last Amnesia, but this isn't over yet. I'm sure her last Gengar is a 2-hit. Arbok goes in 1 however, and so does her Haunter, and the big boy came out. I tried to put him to sleep, but I failed, and he does dream either. Oof! Thank Lord Heelys for the AI stupidity. After those events I decided to just give him hope for the best. I knew it, it was so close, but it's not a one hit. However, I put him just in a range of a super potion and that seals the deal. 3 Elite Four members on his first try. This Poliwag is a beast. I think Lance, while difficult, is so much better than Agatha, at least for Poliwag, thanks to our access to Ice Beam. The only real concern is his first Pokemon, Gyarados, who can really mess up pretty quickly with any of his moves. Can we keep our streak going? Let's see. There it is, the main bang itself. Despite being 8 levels lower, Poliwag is still faster than him and we managed to put him to sleep. What a relief. Oh wait, never mind, he woke up immediately. Okay, finally. Then I set up only 1 Amnesia to make this Gyarados be a 3-hit and I fell short and triggered an Hyper Potion. Why game? Why? Okay, after some struggling, I managed to put him to sleep again. My nerves, give me a break please. Here I was really thinking about using 1 more Amnesia, which I finally do by the way, just to secure my victory. Oh, a critical hit! No! Okay, he's still sleeping, so it's fine. Oh no, now! I only have a turn left. But at this rate I'm sure I can... Really? Another critical hit! Well, now it's in Gyarados' hands. Hyper Beam. It was a pleasure to meet you all. Okay. That was pretty rough and infuriating if you ask me. I already have it! But oh well, these things have to happen sometimes, so let's try this again. I think we can do this no problem. This time I'm gonna set up 2 Amnesias from the start after putting him to sleep. That way I can guarantee the 3-hit I was looking for while having some backup in case I level up. I should have hit him with Surf in the middle, so I didn't make him use an Hyper Potion, but it's okay, as I like my sleep move once again and finish him off a couple of turns later. Well, that felt good. I think that's the main issue of this battle. Sadly, I level up again after him, so only 1 Amnesia to go against the rest of his Pokemon. Would that be enough? I settle it up versus his Net Dragonair. The only thing I can do at this point is pray. Come on, you can do it, little bastard! I knew the Dragonairs were a 1-hit, but how about his Aerodactyl? Even after boosting my speed, he was faster than me, but he missed Supersonic. Good! Let's make it out in 1 attack. There we go, perfect! The battle ended here, as his Dragonair couldn't attack an Ice Beam in a million years. Okay, not bad enough, only 1 loss for the 14 members. I can live with that, no problem. All has come down to this very moment. Since the beginning of our journey, our rival has been a real pain in the ass. His battles were a mismatch, but most of them were real roadblocks for our Poliwag to face. Now we are at the end of the journey, on the final showdown, using all the strength we accumulated through our journey. Who came out on top? Let's find out. Our old foe Pidgeot is the first one, as always. I was still faster than him, so made him sleep before he could do anything. As I just leveled up before the Dragonite in the last fight, I am pretty confident I could set up here at the start, but I decided to just do it once instead, don't know why. Well, if I don't fail my Gnosis, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. Next one is Alakazam, and this thing could be faster than me. Is that the case? No, and I hit my sleeping move, great! The critical hit screwed me off once again, the blessing and the curse of high speed, my folks. But either way, he just woke up to his death. Sorry, pal. A 4-time super effective stab water move is enough to melt his rival, and at this point I level up again. Now is the time. Let's set up all the way and net this in a high note. Gyarados was our next foe, a difficult one to set up, but what can you do? I miss my Gnosis, no! And he counterattacked with a Hyper Beam. but Poliwag hang on with a sliver of health. It doesn't matter, however, as we fail again and he finishes us up. Okay, this fight is really tricky and we really need everything to go as we wanted to get the victory. But I was certain we could pull it off. Let's give it one more go, shall we? Now that I knew where I was going to level up, I decided to just use one amnesia and then continue the fight. Peter goes down in 2 hits, but Lakasami is a third one. I managed to put him to sleep, but he woke up immediately and my swords are a 3 hits, so I need to use hypnosis again. I failed this time and he went for reflect. Thanks for not killing me. The next one hits so I could finish it off. Raidon still isn't an issue and then the Ram Breaker comes into play. I need to hit hypnosis for this one more than anything. Can we do it? Not at first, but he used Dragon Rage so we are safe. How about now? Yeah, that's it. No, but don't wake up just after. Okay, let's hit it again. Oh no way, I very know. He missed, unbelievable. But we missed again. Another Dragon Rage. Well, at least we are still in this. Just stay asleep a little bit. That's all that we need. I did it. I got to finally set up. But then I did a critical hit which negates all the boost while he wakes up. At this range I wasn't confident I could one-shot it, so I needed to hit Hypnosis again. This move, man, is going to kill me. And of course I failed. Another Dragon Rage put Poliwag in just 18 hit points. It was then or never. But everything worked out fine in the end. I hit the next one and finished off Gyarados in 2 moves. Arcanine is a single one-shot, and how about Venusaur? He says. Another one-shot with Ice Beam, and we did it, folks! We somehow managed to escape from Gyarados' hell and finish this one. Wow, what a roller coaster of a run. I'm still amazed I could learn all game just using minimal battles with Poliwag. It's true that some of the fights require an absurd amount of luck to set up our power, but by then, if we were not screwed by leveling up, Poliwag just became an unstoppable force. The middle game wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but the end game was brutal. I really thought I was going to lose my mind here, but all that hard work finally paid off. Let's see how Poliwag did it in the end. "25 losses, that's not bad at all. I think this Pokemon has set the bar really high for the competition, especially not evolved Pokemon. What are my thoughts on Poliwag in the end? I think his high speed, special focus nature, and variable moveset are pretty good assets in this type of challenge. Although the combo of Amnesia and a sleep move is really powerful, sometimes it becomes a curse when you cannot hit your sleep moves correctly as his defenses before setting up a paper thing. But yeah, I think this little tadpole has proven himself, no doubt. What are your thoughts on it? Which Pokemon do you think can take his crown away, by the way? I'm currently working on my next project, but which Pokemon do you like to see in the upcoming challenges? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more upcoming videos like this. That's all for now. See you soon. Say goodbye to everyone, Poliwag. Bye.